Oh yeah, I met with the Jets.
And what would you like to play against someone like Carnell? Great meeting.
Oh, the meeting went great. We just watched my film, see what all I could memorize, who position I could memorize. Then we went over a few plays of theirs. They showed me a play at the beginning of the meeting, and then had me remember it at the end.
What would you like to play next to Garrett Wilson, and you have a relationship with him?
It'd be a great opportunity to play next to a former wide receiver at Ohio State. Yeah, me and G5 have a good relationship. Whenever I need him, he said I could reach out to him.
How do you feel like you guys are complementing?
I feel like we'll complement each other well. He can do all the short route and intermediate thing. He can make the contested catch. I can go stretch the field next to him.
Carnell,
Yep. If I was paired with Chris, I could do everything opposite of Chris. I can stretch the field, make the big catch, explosive catch. I also can add to the run game.
Carnell, you talked a little bit about the Saints and also quarterback Tyler Hill. Can you tell us, a little bit about the possibility of maybe, having that 1-2 punch going with Tyler and also Chris Olave?
It's a great opportunity. I think probably they may be out there looking for another offensive weapon to pair up with Chris and also to help Tyler in his career. So it'll be a great opportunity to go out there and help the Saints win.
Have you spoken with the Saints?
I did have a meeting with the Saints. The meeting went great as well. We talked about my film. They critiqued me on a couple of routes. It was a great meeting.
How about the Giants?
Yeah, I did meet with the Giants. I had a great meeting with the Giants as well. We went over film like all teams did. They see what I could memorize, what all I could do to get better. Yeah.
Someone you know, how would that go? And do you think you're training at Ohio State maybe having to wait to play with other great players to help you with that?
It'll be great. Like I said, I came from playing with another receiver to go out there and play along another receiver. It'll be a great opportunity, especially playing in New York. Big showcase, and also I'd love to go out there and play in New York.
Have you spoken with the Chiefs at all?
I did speak with the Chiefs. I had a visit with the Chiefs as well. They had it was a great meeting as well. We went over my film, see what all I could retain, read a couple coverages. Tyler finished the season strong. He had a great back half of the season. I think he went on to win 5 games for the Saints. He's stretching the field and being very accurate. I think it'll be a great matchup. Pat Mahomes to go from one good quarterback to another good quarterback at the NFL level. So I think I could bring all the opportunities to the Chiefs, whether that's down the field, the contested catch, win one-on-one situation.
Alongside another receiver who is going to get a lot of attention. What do you think?
Yeah, I think my game brings it all to the table. I got the contested catch, I got the run, and I also bring in the run game like a lot of receivers don't do that. So I'm able to pack the game with or without the ball in my hands.
How does the competition at Ohio State with Jeremiah the other wide receivers help make you better and develop as a wide receiver?
The competition there, we're all pushing to be the best receiver on the field that day in that practice. And typically, when you're the best receiver at Ohio State, you're the best receiver in the country. So we all got high expectations for each other, always pushing each other to do better. Terry's a great guy. He's been only continuing to get better, and his career put up great numbers. Yes, I did meet with Washington as well. That meeting went great as well. They love me, and probably hope to get up there on the visit. Yeah, I am. I'm going to run the 40. That's it. Yes. If you want a game changer, you got one right here.
Yeah. So a lot of eating, a lot of 3 meals, 4 meals a day, a lot of shakes. Just getting in a routine of getting up in the morning, eating, drinking chocolate milk, eating lunch, eating the right meal, adding a shake to that, dinner, eating, adding a salad, just, a routine that stick with it. Sometimes throughout the season you get caught up in a lot of stuff, so the routine I have is pretty good now.
So you talked about wanting to keep your legacy with Alabama and not going into the portal and going somewhere else. Has that come up in your conversation with NFL teams, the decision to just be an Alabama player in your career?
No, not really. I think it's more the fact of why I went to Alabama. And I just told him, Alabama is the best place that you prepare to get you prepared for the NFL. I fully believe that. I think with Coach Saban's infrastructure that he implemented there, and then Coach DeBoer coming in and keeping that same structure is super real, and it prepares you for the NFL better than most colleges, and I fully believe that, and I think that anybody who goes through there is going to be NFL ready.
What do you remember about Todd Monken and when he recruited you while you were coming out?
I know he loves ball. I know he loves football, and I know that's what I love as well. Super smart guy. Remember him coming to my school at Georgia. Him and my dad actually have a great relationship because he coached at Southern Miss for a little bit. And his pedigree with all the NFL teams that he's been with and what he did with Lamar and at Georgia is just super real. So a lot of respect for him and the Browns organization. I think they made a great hire. Yeah, absolutely. I've got to talk to him and those guys, and just super cool. Got to work some ball, and that's what I want.
Ty, how is your dad's been a college coach for a while? What's your relationship with him, and how's he?
Yeah, so my dad's my best friend, right? Like a guy who, loves football. He's my dad. Like I do, talk to him almost every day. The fact that he can be able to put on dad goggles, put on coach goggles, and then be able to, be my spiritual mentor, talk to me about faith, talk to me about just life in general is, what all I could ask for in a father. So, that's what I want to be. He's been a great role model for me and my siblings, and what they do. And my mom is a rock as well. She's a great sidekick for him, and they did a good job with me and my family.
Ty, have you met with the Steelers yet? And if so, how did that meeting go?
Yeah, it was great. Met with them. Coach McCarthy's the guy, man. It was funny, we'd go in there, ask a couple questions, and we were just, talking ball, going back and forth, talking about pass concepts, talking about protection, talking about situations. And it was cool to see all the quarterbacks he's worked with Dak, and Aaron Rodgers, and then, situations that's come up in his career that, hey, asked me about, and what I thought about it. And it was really cool because we were just, going back and forth. And, by the time that we were finished, it was felt like 5 minutes just because of how much fun we had. So, I love Coach McCarthy, love the Steelers, and love those guys, and I'm super excited to get to know them.
Ty, you met with Tim Davis before?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Was that a formal or informal meeting?
It was a formal meeting.
How did that go, and what did you kind of take away from the meeting with those guys?
Just a super great organization. I went in there, had some fun with myself. Got to know those guys pretty good, and just had some fun. That's the biggest thing about these meetings. You know what I mean? Just be yourself, have some fun, talk some ball, and let everything else follow in God's plan. I have met with the Jets. I mean, it was great. Just talking ball, getting to know each other. Coach Wright is a great human being. Coach Glid is a super juiceful guy. Installing some stuff and getting to know each other and just getting on the board is what I like. So I really love the Jets. Really blessed to be able to have a meeting with them. And if I have an opportunity to play in New York, that like I said, they're going to get the best Ty Simpson they can get.
First jersey, probably in Costa Mesa. That's when I probably started playing flag football. I was number 2.
What about an NFL player's jersey?
I can't remember. I ain't had too many NFL player jerseys. I ain't gonna lie.
Who are from your NFL teams you fantasize about?
Probably say Caleb Williams would be cool. Former teammate. Probably go Aaron Rodgers would be cool. He a GOAT. He a legend. One more. I'll go Jaden Daniels. For sure.
What separates yourself from any other receiver in the draft class?
Probably my fearlessness and my unwavering, ability. Just to never back down. If things don't go right in a row. I ain't never gonna back down, tuck my tail. I'm a problem solver. I'm finna get through it.
Makai, you're not the biggest receiver, but you consistently play above the rim. What's the mindset? What's the approach? What makes you do?
Just to dominate. I take this game very serious. My fierce competitiveness. This game very serious. It's the way I feed my family, so I ain't gonna let nobody in front of me, take that away from me.
A lot of youth world fund you into just being a slot receiver, but what do you feel allows you to play the slot role outside?
Anywhere I go on the field, I'm gonna dominate. No matter if I'm inside, outside, no matter where I'm at, I'm gonna do my best to that. And if you put me on the field, anywhere, you're gonna see that.
Makai, what would you like to be paired with Chris Olave in terms of what traits you can bring to an offense like that?
Yeah, that'll be a blessing, to be, along him. He's a great receiver. And I'm there, just to be, the best team that I can be. If it's blocking, pass catching, no matter what it is.
Okay, talk about Aaron Rodgers. What's it like talking to Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I was super grateful, to be in that room, he's one of them greats. So, just to get anything, from him, any advice or anything, it was cool.
What questions did he ask you? What did you kind of learn from the conversation?
Just football-related questions and things, just trying to see who I am as a person. Yeah, for sure. They big. That's my support system. Things gonna get tough. So falling back on them. The reason I'm here today is a big part because of them. So I owe all to them. I'm super grateful to have them in my back pocket. I probably say Amon-Ra St. Brown, type of grit he plays with, type of way he can have a positive impact, on the team without the ball in his hands.
How did your experience in UFC prepare you for the NFL?
Yeah, they prepare me, super well, even as a player and as a person as well. The type of offense, Link brings to, the type of mentality you got to have to, be on that team. And then, as a person, they just want the best for you, and I'm super grateful to, be there for my college career.
What's your best trait as a boxer?
My best trait, probably the things I can do, after the catch. I could turn a 2-3 yard route into a big gain, or even possibly as a touchdown. And then, just, my blocking. The way I can impact, the team, with the ball, without the ball in my hands. Yeah, I met with the Jets. It went good. Went smooth. They talk ball. Trying to see who I am as a person.
What would you like to light up opposite a guy like Garrett Wilson, and how do you feel like you would complement each other?
That would be cool, for sure. The things that I bring to the table, just a player that can, do anything for the team, for sure.
I'm wondering if Keyshawn Johnson ever come around USC at all, because he was last year he was drafted out of USC by the Jets in the first round. I'm wondering, that was in 96 or something. I'm wondering what it would be like to you, potentially to be the first one since then to wear grade one.
Yeah, that'd definitely be cool. He's one of them greats, much respect to him. And it would be great to see him and, chop it up with him one day.
How much do you pride yourself on being a three-down back? How do you feel that deflates the quote-unquote running back devalue?
Me personally, like you said, I feel great on being an every down back. Like, I can do it all. I can receive, I can block, I can run. You name it, I'm willing to do anything for any team to have success. Running backs are very valuable. I feel like that's just being more and more recognized as of today. We had Kenneth Walker in the Super Bowl, MVP. Running backs like him are continuing to pave the way for guys that are just coming into the league or that are already in the league, and just making a bigger name for running backs in a whole. So. Definitely. I'm a little taller than he is, but as far as explosiveness and elusiveness and just overall skill, I feel like I'm comparable to him. Or he's been in the league, so he's been doing it at the pro level. So hopefully I can live up to him. But he's a great back, and I definitely see some comparison there.
How do you skill set with complement being in the same offense?
Say that again?
How would your skill set complement being in the same offense?
With any team, I'm bringing receiving ability, running ability, blocking ability, and just overall, I feel like I'm a pretty good player. So I can do anything you need me to do, special teams as well. I'm willing to do anything for any team to have success. I want to make sure that I'm giving the team my all, and my all just comes with all of me.
Jeremiah, have you used with the Kansas City to use your team that you go to is to use your versatility? Is that important to you?
Definitely. I want to be used as a weapon. I felt like so far in my career, I've been used very well. Coach Denbrock at Notre Dame, I feel like he involved me a lot in the passing game, made sure I got the rock in my hands, and just used me more of as a receiver than just a running back, you know? So. Say that again, sorry.
Was the first NFL jersey you had in the future?
I did not have any NFL jerseys at all. Didn't have anything.
What's the biggest lesson that you learned from the coaches at Notre Dame that translate for your activities in NFL?
Choose hard from Coach Freeman. You know, if it's easy, it ain't good for you. The truth lies in the work. I live by that every single day. So just go day by day working, finding ways to get better.
Jeremiah, formerly member of the Kansas City Chiefs here. What kind of pairing with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's system?
Yes, I did meet formally with the Chiefs. You know, being able to join that system would mean a lot. You know, being able to join any system would mean a lot. The Chiefs in general, my running back coach actually, Coach Dylan McCullough from my freshman and sophomore year at Notre Dame, he coached there, won a Super Bowl with them. So it would be cool in his eyes for me to go there and be able to play for Chiefs Kingdom, as he says. But yeah, I mean, they got a great coaching staff over there. I mean, I'd be blessed to go there if I'm able to be drafted there.
When you need what do you want that team to know about?
Said all the time, I'm willing to do anything for this organization to have success. You know, I'll put my body on the line and give you my full, undivided attention and just effort as a football player. And you're going to just get the best out of me. We're going to win some Super Bowls. Yeah.
Jeremiah, with the state of NFL fronts and complex rushing packages, how comfortable are you identifying blitz and adjusting?
Very comfortable. I've been blessed with two great running back coaches, Coach Dylan McCullough and Coach Sider. And shoot, they preach details to me. So the details matter. It's not going to change in the NFL. Very comfortable with picking up blitzes, very comfortable with identifying fronts and just picking apart the defense. So nothing's going to be surprising to me, I think. But, you know, it's a pro level, so going to be better players, better schemes, and just looking forward to get to have the opportunity to go against some great competition.